What's going on,
Yeah.
YouTube and friends? You're here chilling with a real Satoshi Aoki. I am privileged to be here today with Marius, the CEO and founder of Avalon. So, folks, if you've been watching my content for some time, you'll be knowing that I've been making a lot of content about Gala games, talking about Mirandus, maybe a little bit of Ember Sword. I stumbled across this game just the other day, actually, and I just really had to reach out to actually get in contact from someone with the team. So thank you so much, Marius, for, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Marius?
You're correct, and thank you for having me here.
Fantastic. Honestly, it's such a pleasure. I know how, I know how busy that you guys must be, especially in today's day and age. But as I did say, I kind of stumbled across your game. And I got to be honest, the first thing that I thought the second I saw some gameplay was that this reminds me Assassin's Creed straight away. And then it was so funny to actually hear, I can't remember which gentleman it was because I'm still getting to know them in the FTM group, but he actually said that part of your influence and inspiration was actually from Assassin's Creed as well. Is that correct?
Yes, so I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed, especially the very first ones, the original ones. That's incredible. Why they're going back to them again.
Yes.
And that was a little bit of inspiration behind that, so the historical part of the game, but I'm also a big fan of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so good.
Nice. And a huge fan, like everybody else, I think, Game of Thrones.
My favorite TV series, like, of course, but what about
not the new one? Not the new
one.
No,
season. Wait, hold on a sec. I actually haven't seen the recent Game of Thrones yet. I still haven't seen it. But you're not a fan?
I'll be quiet.
Yeah, please be quiet. Don't spoil it because
it has some good moments. Some good moments.
Look, I'm going in with low expectations based off what people have said, but I was absolutely heartbroken. Like I think a lot of people were after season 8. Did you feel the same way at the end of season 8?
Yes. And I hope they have enough money to rehire and do something follow up. Right now, I think they're keeping some secrets from us. Okay, so big fan of Lord of the Rings, big fan of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, awesome.
We feel also like there is no games currently in the market that are team building in the smaller teams, which makes people closer. There's a lot of games that give you a 50 people battles with bosses that doesn't build teams and doesn't make friends.
Sure.
So we decided to connect Destiny style raids with Assassin's Creed gameplay, but keep in mind we're indie studio, so don't expect Assassin's Creed. It's just all different money, but it's as close as possible with the money we have.
Of course. No, I totally understand. Actually, a roommate, a friend of mine who actually I used to live with for actually probably about 3 years. He was actually playing. I've never actually played Destiny myself, but I know a bit about the game because he's a big gamer as well. And we used to do a lot of co-op gaming in the bedrooms next to each other. And he would play Destiny every weekend. So I know a little bit about the format you're talking about in terms of the raids and kind of like strategy involved behind solving things and earning points and, that camaraderie with your team and not just kind of mindlessly, I guess, running through a dungeon or an area. You actually kind of have to do a bit of thinking as well. So that's kind of, I guess, what you're saying you might have applied to this game.
Well, you have rewards there to gain, and some of them can be substantial and you can share with the teammates, but we reward everybody in the raid. There is a whole long article about the raids where even the last man standing will get the reward.
Okay.
And we allowed you to join back to the raid if you can still make it to them while they're fighting before they all die. There's a lot of cool things that we're adding into the raids, but just to kind of brush it over really quickly, the number one person that wins the raid, and winning the raid is of course defeating the last boss, but your reward is based on your activity in the raid. So the system will calculate what you did during the raid since you entered. So how much did you heal your friends? How much damage did you cause? How dangerous you were? Like how critical your hits were, and how much healing overall for the whole group of friends you were able to make. And based on that, you will get a score, and based on that score, you will get either NFT as the main winner of the raid, or you will receive tokens that coming from our sponsors to your place number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's a 6 people raid. In some cases it's 5, but in general it's 6 people raid.
Okay, so when you say it's a 6 people raid, is that 6 people in one team? will go into.
Yes.
Okay. And when you say the winner of the raid will get the NFT, the first place, is that the first place out of 6, or is that like someone from a winning, like, so for one raid, is there can there be like multiple teams, or is it always just like one team that kind of enters one raid at one time?
One team in a raid, just like in Destiny. You guys come in, the gates lock in behind you, and God bless.
Gotcha.
That's basically what happens. Nobody comes in. Nobody comes in after you. Nobody joins the raids from a different team.
I see.
It's a one solid team that prepares, knows what they're doing, knows what they have. Usually they're going to be friends. Sometimes they're going to be random people, but they can have discussion. They can talk about the inventory they have. They join in the raid, and some of the raids are just slash and crush and go through it to test. And then every raid further down the road requires more planning. So, we went as far as you have to give up your life to help your team. We really planned it hard. So there is a lot of fun that you guys can have playing.
Nice one. And I guess one of the things that comes to mind when you talk to me about this, it sounds so cool. What I guess in turn, like, and this will obviously come, with feedback and development even after the game is released, and probably for years to come, in terms of improving the game. But in terms of, I guess, balancing out who gets the points during that raid, I guess what's your approach to that? Because I imagine that's going to be quite hard to do. For example, if one particular hero is healing, for example, like, is everyone going to want to be the healer because healers tend to do a bit better, therefore they come first and they get the NFT, or,
So I wouldn't like to discuss how we did it, but we did it fair. We did it fair.
Okay. You think there's a balancing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're going to be a level 90 druid or you're going to be level 5 druid.
Okay.
You will have higher skills, but your health and the rest of the stats are going to be just level up with the lowest possible level in the raid. Okay. So we're trying to keep it fair. So not when the level 90 is going to join with level 14, and it's completely unfair for 14s because the 90 always is going to make more damage, right? So we're nerfing you, so you will have the same amount of in general mana, stamina, and health, but you will keep your skills. So you can use the badass skills you have, but keep in mind they're eating more mana at this point. So I see. That's just example. It's just an example, right?
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
We try to make it as fair as we can, and with time and months and players, we will have discussions with groups, and we're going to be adjusting it so everybody's happy.
Because what I liked also in your recent AMA you did with FTM, actually, I'm not sure exactly how recent it was, but you also said that, a lot of these things you would be putting up for voting towards the community as well, polls and things like that, which is, again, I don't want to. There's other certain projects, I won't name names, in the cryptocurrency blockchain gaming space, who kind of, the idea was to do this, but it doesn't feel like that's happened, I would say, in some other games. So, I guess you're saying that you are going to do that. I mean,
so I will clarify on this. We can't do vote, guys, every month, and
not every month.
That changes. But every release,
of course,
we're gonna publish the main changes, and we're gonna say, hey guys, we want to change this like that, or like that. We will give you always 2 options, and then vote on these 2. And in the next release, based on what the community is saying, we're gonna implement system A or system B, and that's it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
very easy.
I think that's totally fair as well. I think that's definitely fair. And in terms, I did have a listen to the AMA, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you mentioned, so the first place player in the raid would get an NFT, and then consecutive positions, I assume the rewards become less and less from 1 to 6. Do they get badges in the form of tokens, or was that for something else? I think there might have been some mention of that.
In the alpha, everybody receives basically badges.
Okay.
That are corresponding to the type of the pass they have.
Okay. So sure. Like their own NFTs, and I'm assuming, like, I guess I don't really want to use the word better, but maybe, I don't know, depending on the type of NFT maybe you purchased or you have, will reflect in the rewards you might get from a raid.
Yes, correct. So
cool.
Couple things about how the blockchain works, because this question that you said leads into the blockchain.
Yep. Great.
Doesn't matter which blockchain you're going to use, guys.
Okay.
If we are currently listed on Binance, we're currently listed on Polygon.
Yep.
And we're currently listed and done in Wax.
Yes.
Doesn't matter which wallet you're going to connect. The system will know where you came from. You will play with the guys from Polygon. You will play with the guys from Binance, and you will play with the guys from Mars. So we're connecting all of you together in one system. Now,
that is impressive.
The difference is that the system will know what it should distribute to you. So if you connect it with Wax, it will distribute a Wax reward. If you connect it with Polygon, your Matic is going to arrive, or your NFT in Polygon is going to arrive to you. And if you're Binance, you will receive either BUSD or you will receive an NFT in Binance Chain.
Wow.
So it distributes to you. You won't be able to see it in the game. It will just say player this and this received reward.
Okay.
And you will be able to see it in your wallets that you can verify.
I see. I have to say that I didn't know about that, and that just sounds incredible. Wow. That's, I mean, to me, you know, and for those of you watching out there, I hope, you know, maybe you guys watching can't understand the gravity of this, but that is, in my mind, you know, being in this space, you know, a team really genuinely thinking about their community and people first, not just putting it on the roadmap like what everyone does, community first, like on every single roadmap, but what actions are actually being taken. That is a legitimate action that is just making people's lives easier in terms of the player base, and is just going to make things just so much easier and flow and just appeal to so many more people, because that is often the hurdles of the different blockchains. You know, they integrate with certain games. Oh, but we're on this blockchain, so we can't integrate with you. But I mean, that's massive. So, you know, good on you for thinking about that.
Thank you so much. That's how I started this whole production here. I just want to bring in a little bit to the right.
No, play. I feel like I want to just get on my mouse and play as well. I mean, I feel like it looks even better than.
Before I'm going to play, I get distracted with the gameplay, so I'll just I speak further.
That's fine.
Because we are in a blockchain channel, I want to speak a little further into the blockchain.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yep.
So a couple things that we bring in. Just first, let's talk to the Web3 gamers, right?
Sure.
I give you the vision a little bit further, and then we can do maybe a gameplay, and you just roll in with the questions.
100%. Sure.
Guys, this is now the next 60 seconds about the blockchain. Yeah. I am not against any of the blockchains. However, I'm against many of the blockchain politics. So we bring in the blockchains that support us and help us. So for example, you can notice on our website, we're sponsored by Amazon AWS. If we are screened by Amazon AWS and we're good enough for Amazon and we're not good enough for your chain, good luck with your chain. That's my explanation to some of the chains out there.
That's very fair.
Very simple. So we have many chains that for some reason they decided to don't support us because we are on a different chain. So there's competition between chains. I'm sure, guys, you know that. But it's unfair to the blockchain community because you can't unite. You don't have a one product to play, right?
Sure.
So
100%.
So I'm inviting every chain that's going to watch this game to come to us and say, how can you guys implement what we can do? We bring in a couple more chains now, and we're just going to plug them in. We created a game, and then we plug in blockchain. We didn't create a game in blockchain and then figured out how the game is going to work. That's what tons of games did in the last few years.
I know, and it hasn't worked out well, has it? It just hasn't.
Well, it's
so far.
trailblazers. So kudos to everybody. I mean, everybody's working their butts off to try to figure this out. And we're not the smartest. There's giant companies that are going to come after us in a couple of years that are going to try to take over this whole, blockchain gaming. So for now, we need to push hard and show them that it's possible to have a good quality games.
The fact that
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to add on to that quickly. The fact of the matter is, you say about all these companies coming in and doing this over the last 1-2 years or whatever, but the fact of the matter is only a very small percentage, if any, of those, companies have come in with the raw passion for wanting to actually create a game, a fun game. And it seems with the discussions we had even prior to, us starting the video today, that I could see your background and where you came from, and the enthusiasm and passion you had towards fantasy and the experience with Destiny and even World of Warcraft, I think was mentioned in the previous stream. So you've come in with the right intention, and it shows. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
So that was the blockchain part. And another thing for you guys, we're saving all the metadata to your characters. So when you play and you upgrade your character from level 1 to 5 to 10 to 50, whichever the level you want to be at, and you're tired of this character and you feel like it's worth quite a bit of money, you're able to list it, and you will keep the level, which means it will keep the skills and it will keep the access points in the game. So you can access larger areas. It won't keep your NFT inventory or majority of your inventory. That has nothing to do with character. It has to do with your account. But you can so for example, this is our stable. You start with the basic stable. When you grow and sell the horses, or you buy and sell the horses from players, right? It's fully active.
That looks so good. That looks so good. I'm so impressed.
Thank you. And this is just a pre-alpha. This is not even how the alpha
honestly, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Like, this is the dream. Like, it looks incredible. Like, wow.
Thank you. I really appreciate the good words. So like, you're gonna be able to grow them, but this is
awesome.
This is before you upgrade. Okay. So if you have a good business, just like in real life,
yes,
you would like to upgrade your stables to be larger, create better horses, have Pegasus, let's say in a level 3, you can sell Pegasus. Yeah. So there's a lot of options for you to either withdraw the money from the economy and stay low-end business, or reinvest in a business just like everybody else does around the world, and grow your business to be higher, and that way keep the economy stable, right? Fantastic. So these are one of the things that we're trying to implement. I'm going to walk you guys really, really quickly to a couple of our NFTs.
Wait, did you say that there was going to be a flying horse, Pegasus, at some point?
Yes, there will be.
Come on. That's true.
There.
That's insane.
There.
That's insane.
So,
nice.
Well, that's like the least popular animal we have, I think.
The least popular, is it?
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
So Mills very popular in all the medieval games and the fantasy games.
Of course, yeah.
Everybody know what the Mills does. It produces the food.
Yep.
It's passive NFT that generates tokens. Let's call them in-game tokens. To don't move any further with this content. You own it. You buy it. You place it in the village on the main roads. It's always busy. And the players come and pay you certain amounts to manufacture reds for them.
Wow.
That then go to your inventory.
Yeah.
And you just drag and drop them to queue. So you can use them in a bottle, right?
Amazing. That's so
There is a big chapter about the Mills. They're pretty simple. Basically, this is your little business. You put this here. The guy's got to come and make food. There's always multiple of them.
Yes.
Resources are all over the place. They're very easy to find and harvest the basic ones. You don't need to spend hours on walking. So that's one thing. There's always 2 Mills per village. We have multiple villages already with guilds that are attacking them very hard, which means they're buying out the homes. They're buying out the resources.
Yes.
So that's one of the things. Settlements are coming, and we have 3 guilds right now with settlements, which is really, really good. It's going to get busier and busier.
Nice.
So gathering different elements from the roads. These are just temporary markers too. So please keep in mind that these don't going to look like that in alpha. They're just temporary, but that's how you gather your berries.
Doesn't look too bad.
Process.
Yeah.
They're just there. We keep it very Zelda.
Yeah.
Or Nintendo colors in a way like that.
Yeah. I like that.
Because we think like this is never going to age.
Nah,
and
not
always. And additionally, the crowd is pretty large that wants to play stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah.
Player-owned homes. This is Corey.
Awesome.
For example, Corey owns the home, and this is the very simple home. Corey has resources inside that he can collect every day when he comes in. He has storage units when you can put your inventory very quickly. Inventory 30 items. You can't go over 30. If you go over 30, you drag and drop to the chest.
Gotcha.
And you leave it home.
How many spots do you have like in a basic home? Like
at 30 per chest. So
30 per chest. Okay.
Yes. Cool. So the first home is a hut. So this particular home is medium, I believe.
Yep.
So this one has 2 chests.
Okay.
Just an example. There's a big article about them. We have farms. So farms manufacture food.
Yep.
And farms are going to have harvesting. So you're going to have some piglets here in the back.
Cool.
Which you're going to be able to harvest meat from and sell it later in the marketplace. Tons of things like that. Okay. Additionally, larger farm homes generate grain. So you can pick up grain packs. You don't need to go and look for them. They're right in your home.
Amazing.
And for all the fans of good life, we have mushrooms.
Nice.
So mushrooms here for you, and have fun with it. So,
nice.
So this is just an example, guys. So don't think that these are all the resources and stuff.
Okay.
How do we bring tons of questions came out with people? If you have any questions in the next second, I will let you think about them. But now, why the traffic comes to the village? So the raid is located just past the horse there.
Okay.
And one of the things, like in Star Wars, you could receive a buff. So in our case, the buff is in the middle of the village. It's the fountain. So a lot of players are going to come here to raise their energy by 50%.
Okay.
And when they're going to enter your village, they're going to start thinking, well, wait a minute, I have to make food. I have to prepare my weapons before I go. So they're going to come to your business, which is Forge. And before I go to raid and try to make my rewards, I need to approach Forge, which is player owned.
Nice.
And then Forge, they can mint the items from their resources.
That's awesome.
And depending how cool the item is, that's your fee.
Yep.
Fee is an AVL that's on the bottom, right?
Fantastic.
And they can also repair. So if they damage something, you can come here, because every weapon that you have is going to get damaged with time.
Sure.
That's how we need to keep economy going. And if you like the weapon, you're going to like to fix it.
Sure.
So you can repair cost is only one, which is kill one wolf, get one. Very easy.
Yep.
And boom. So that's one of the NFTs. Like I say, guys, read some of our light paper. There's tons of information. I think that was 100%. I think that was me. That was me back in the day on stage.
Nice. Cool. Yeah.
So do you have any questions before I start walking further?
No. So with the NFT question, so you said upgrading the sword there. So as I'm aware, like you've run through some of the NFTs at the moment. You got the stable, you got the mill, you got the houses, you got the barn, obviously the characters. In terms of like, in that particular case, like, will there be like NFT weapons, or will that just be like an in-game item that you would use for the raids that you repair?
So this is a good question we were really thinking about.
Okay.
I was in general against of NFT weapons.
That's fair.
And the reason is, with time, there will be tens of thousands of them on the marketplace. I think it will be quite annoying unless we're going to set up system of expiration or self-burning for them with time.
That's fair.
And I think it's really not needed to have them. I think what's needed is to reward you with mythical bow if you do mythical quest. And that mythical bow should be NFT because it's really badass.
And because via using that bow, which you've acquired from doing something challenging, you can then use that in order to acquire something to either earn more or upgrade your NFTs or characters further, right?
So I think if it's mythical, it should be NFT. So that's my current approach to it. Because to finish that quest, you're going to need to have a mythical character. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be hard work for the team. And then when you get the bow and you already have one, or you don't like the fire bow, like for example, this is mythical bow. I'm going to show you later how it works, but just an example on this one. It's pretty powerful.
I see.
And I'll show you that in the bottle. I'll show you that in the bottle in a second.
It sounds awesome as well. So you're saying that would be like an NFT. If that was the mythical bow would be an NFT, but there just would not be very many of these items, basically. Majority of the weapons would be non-NFT in-game items. Gotcha. That, I think, I mean, in my mind, that seems to make sense, logical sense, I would say. I agree with you in that. I think probably like having everything as an NFT, every weapon as an NFT is just going to saturate the market and make things just irritating and clunky. And it doesn't make it special either, It
doesn't make it special at all. So we were thinking about it and we decided to go a different way. Is there follow-up question?
You kind of ask me as if I should have another question there. I feel like, okay, so I think I was kind of watching it in the previous AMA. So in terms of like the houses, because you showed us like your homes, I believe you've only got like access, so you can't have another player come into your home. It's just your home is just for yourself and another person can't come in.
That's what it is. We lock in your door to a player ID.
That's cool.
Because we will let you store things. And how special that will be if you're going to be sharing. So we don't have a system of invite yet. Who knows what's going to be a year from now? We may have an invite system when you're going to be able to invite someone.
Because I'm just thinking, down the line, you might meet your future wife in this game, and if you can't even take her home to have a date or something. That
we may think about. No, then you will receive as a marriage gift from the game. You will receive keys to the same house. It's totally easy.
Oh well, that would be something. Yeah, that's an idea.
And if you're a very popular couple in the game, we may actually gift you a house on the lake. So it's all good.
It sounds ridiculous, guys, but people will want this. I have no doubt. People will want that. Like 100%. They're going to want to do that, I think.
So the mount, really quickly, guys, the mount system, multiple mounts in the game. I know everybody cares about the mounts. It's number one thing.
Yep.
So here is the good thing. First person on the mount.
Oh, that's incredible. I love that. I love that.
So while you ride around, you can go straight. I'm in a bad space, obviously, for riding the horse.
But
the church, but you get the point, right?
No, 100%. So, that looks so good. That looks so good.
So that option, then quests. So I have decided to don't go for animated quest givers yet. I'm trying to keep it light on your computer and light on the data that you're storing.
Sure.
Because I think that people don't really care too much about all these cut movies inside of the game. They more care about the quality of the content and get on with the play.
Oh, well, at least for me, being like I am an unhealthy gamer, and I 100% agree with you. If I cared so much for the cinematics, I'd just go watch a movie. I'm not saying there isn't a place for it within gaming, but it can be nice, but I just want a game. Keep it short, keep it simple. Don't carry on with the cinematics. Otherwise I'd just go and watch a movie. You know what I mean? I want to play the game.
They're very expensive, and my current concept for this game is let's save the money for gameplay.
100%.
Let's put it there. Let's give you, for example, something else. So
I agree with that.
We moved a step down from that, but we made step forward into engaging multiple actors in a game that most of the games don't have it. So when you start your quest, not only you're going to see the writing and
Excuse me,
description of the quest,
you look like a capable fellow.
Wow.
Might you be interested in making some coin?
Nice.
There's a dread white wolf terrorizing folks near Avalon. No knight nor druid seems interested in doing anything about it, but there's a decent reward set by the Grand Inquisitor.
I'm not sure if that sound went to you guys. But,
no, I heard it. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of That reminds me of The Witcher right now.
Well, Ivan Volchenko is one of the Witcher designers that is our designer for our work, right?
No way. That's awesome.
When you scroll on the bottom of our website, the team is there. So we have some guys from Final Fantasy 15. Wow. We have some guys from The Witcher.
Damn.
We have a writer from Game of Thrones, the game.
What? No way.
Yeah, you didn't look at
I haven't had a time. I haven't had a chance. I only watched I've only watched the AMA. I haven't. But that's awesome.
And we have some other voices that I cannot comment on.
Okay. If you wish to be initiated, you must seek out our Templar brothers on the Isle of Mull. Great challenges and tests await you. But first, I suggest you speak to the Harbor Master.
So I gave you like some of the other options. Also, the temple that I'm keep on walking through, this is also NFT for the guild owners.
Okay.
And that one charges. This one owns all the land below you, and it charges taxes on every single building that makes money around them. So that's how that one works. I'm gonna just do a very simple quest here. Sure. Also, guys, whoever's watching, I know my AMAs are usually long, but I'm really trying to describe what we did here. So every building that we have is connected, or it's a mixture of different Easter eggs and hidden spots. So this building, I recommend really study it. It's based on 3 different temples built by Templars in Scotland. So there's
I was gonna say it has the Gothic. I can see it's Gothic already. Like, wow.
Well, you will find it. If you study it, you will find where it is, because they exist. So it's actually 3 buildings in one.
Wow, that is so well thought out.
So we went a little further. There's going to be also a store here behind, where the owner of the temple is going to be able to trade different things. That's going to be the only trade and post in the village. Just an example.
Nice.
I'm going to go really quickly show you how the fighting system works, because people understand walking, but they want to see fighting.
Yeah.
We have simple wolves here.
Nice.
very nasty. Keep in mind, guys. On with the Mythical Bow, and I'm also playing the Xbox Live version here.
Wow.
I didn't know if we spoke about it, but we are submitting to Xbox Live. We're prepared for that.
Incredible.
Controllers connected.
Yep.
How that's going to help us? Well, it's going to bring a lot of guys from that world into Web3, trying to own items, right? So
100%.
So this is just an example. This is not the only console we're going for.
Sure.
But that's the one that is officially already connected.
That's incredible.
So,
that's massive.
So that would be this. For a lot of people that watch and play other games, there are at night, and there was some presentations of these games, and people, I cannot mention what game that is, but it was very, very dark. So my night currently would look like wolves. I cannot show you because I'm gonna die.
You're getting it. Better sort that out.
They can give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get away from the wolves. They're after me, and you can hear them in the headphones.
Yeah, it looks so good. I can hear it all. No, it's just
let me just go somewhere. So
really
every NPC right now mimics a character in the game, which you're gonna be. So let me just go somewhere here. Let's say.
Yeah.
So daytime and then nighttime. So my nighttime.
Cool.
This is gonna be my nighttime. You're still gonna be able to see. You don't need any crazy specific lantern to carry. Well, we have a lantern, but it's not to make you see. So the moonlight is strong enough for you guys to move around.
Of course.
That was our goal, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you have any questions before I move to mounts?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I like that you've done that with the day and night cycle. I mean, because I think there's games that have that night cycle, but it's just so dark, which I guess is realistic. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Rust, but I play quite a lot of Rust, and the nighttime in Rust, it's just so dark. I mean, you can have like a torch or a light, and I guess it's realistic, but it's really hard to get anything done. So like when it's night in the night cycle in that game, I kind of just go and sit in my house and just wait until it's day. But I think the fact, it just feels good. The fact that you've done that, it's pretty good, because I think you can still it will make people still want to be productive at all times of the day. So nice.
Well,
this is incredible.
Here we go. We have a dragon.
Nice. That's insane. That's insane.
We have multiple dragons, and here is the news, guys. This is not a single player game. This is multiplayer. Can you have battles in the sky with dragons in multiplayer? Yes, you can.
That's crazy.
The dragons are fighting. You can burn people from the sky, even your bodies.
Wow.
Dragon doesn't care if you're friends or not.
Really? That's good. So I like that.
So we have this option. We already played some team stuff when we finished couple quests, and we were flying in couple quests, and we were flying into the raid.
Yep.
And then one of my friends on the back burned the other friend with the dragon, and he died and lose all the inventory. There was a lot of cussing going on after that one, I can tell you. But so that's one of the options. And then dragon is very loud right now in my headphones.
I mean, it's good though. It feels real, and I was just about to ask, do you have that same like first person view like with the horse? Wow, I haven't seen that. That's awesome. I mean, I just want to quickly add in as well, years ago when I think I played like the first Elder Scrolls, with hunting the dragons and everything, one of the things I felt was missing is that this is like not a bad game, but why can't you fly the dragons ever? That's like, it was a big part missing, and like, wow, that's so cool that you can do that.
So water kills you for now. So,
okay, yeah.
Stay away from water in general. I just want to show you another mountain. I want to show you the scale of the map, because I don't think you've been able to see that.
Yeah, sure.
And you can think about a question if there's one hiding somewhere there for me. These are all homes that belong to players. And another thing about the homes, guys, every home comes with 1 hour to 2 hours of work with designer. So once you get your home, we discuss a couple things, and then we beautify it around. So you get sculptures, you get some interior, you get certain flowers. So it's just cool. Your home, and you paid for the time of the person. And also keep in mind, guys, that every time you buy something in this game, we're an indie company. So yes, we have funding. We're good with that. We haven't been raising a lot. We're staying away from venture capital for now. Yeah. So every time you buy something, there is some guy at the end of it that you just paid for 2 hours of his work. So he comes and he helps. And that obviously is in a way of you gifting the designer. It just directly
100%.
goes to them. So keep that in mind that anything you get here has a person attached to it at the other end. It's just not really mindless. It's not a mindless company. I'm gonna land this. I'm gonna land this one.
That's awesome. That's so good.
And I'm going to grab an eagle.
Oh man, that's nice.
Eagle is much faster. You will get it.
Oh, that's so cool.
You will get it with one of the missions that is called shapeshifting.
Damn. So this is like Gandalf from the Hobbit, right? Kind of. He rides. Are they griffins? I'm not sure what the technical
We're trying.
name is.
This is not the final version of Eagle, but we tried to animate him the best we can.
It's definitely reminding me of that. I think maybe the ones in Lord of the Rings, maybe the wingspan the eagle was just slightly bigger. Yeah, that's the only thing
we may make this one a little bigger, but we were not trying to make it weird.
No. It looks great. It looks great.
So you can see the size of the alpha map, and this is not the game, guys. This is alpha. So keep that in mind. I think our August release of the first island should be about 6 times the size of this map.
Sure.
And this map is already pretty big. Alpha should give you about 6 hours of gameplay, running around doing different things.
Of course.
We have a really big harbor that is here with ships already. So I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't. I haven't seen.
Yeah, we have a couple dungeons.
Nice.
Well, I'm not trying to show everything because if people are going to watch it, I'm trying to keep a lot of things secret. So
of course, yeah, that's.
I'm just gonna fly through the harbor a little bit.
Don't go in the water. So. Is that going to be an NFT ship at some point?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. All the harbor buildings are going to be NFTs if you want them. If not, they're just owned by the game. It's totally fine.
Right.
We have secret missions. We have a lot of places here in this game that later will be rewards if you find what that really is.
Okay.
For example, we have this stone ring here.
Okay.
If you can find where this is and what this is, you receive the reward. So there is a lot of things to you to look around and research when you're bored and read the right books that we're going to show you. So this is just an example. I haven't spoke about the portals, so I want to let you guys know a little bit about the transportation system within the game.
Yeah.
That's player owned. So forget the dragons. You're not going to have dragons. Forget the eagles. You're not going to have eagles. You just come to the game like you just moved to your new country. You don't have nothing.
Yes.
You're going to have a little sword, and that's how you're going to start your trip, right? So he's walking kind of funky.
like a little, I love that. So you can walk.
We just like it. We were just decided to keep it.
No, you should. That's so good.
Transportation system. There is a very far distances between cities, between main locations, between raids. It's pretty large.
Sure.
And that's why we have a Druid portal system. Druid portal system. It's an NFT owned by the player, business oriented player. Imagine an airport. You have a basic airport next to your home, but you also have an international airport farther down the street, right? Nice. So you can start with this portal as a basic portal. We'll have one direction, which in this case says travel to village. This is portal version 1.
Okay.
Player pays you 25 ABL in order to don't walk back there, just teleport, right?
Cool.
So for some reason my Inquisitor is broke, so he only has 22. But you can travel to that one. And there's another option. Whenever you are in the game, let's say you're somewhere here, you just rich and you don't want to walk around and find a portal. You press P and it will give you multiple locations that you can travel to. In that case, harbor or portal and travel to village. Different prices. How this works for the business owners, the more AVL you make will give you options to upgrade your, let's call it airport, to multi-directional. So you can constantly upgrade it so players can fly anywhere using this portal. That was just an example how it works.
Wow. Yeah, really good. Makes sense.
And I died. So that was a short presentation where we are. I tried to keep a lot of things hidden. So I showed you maybe guys about 20% of the level.
Yep.
And let me know if there's any questions or something we can talk about.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess like one of the biggest questions that comes to mind for probably a lot of other people as well is, and just kind of using like recent experiences with Gala Game Spider Tanks as an example, in terms of in terms of the economy, questions about the actual token itself. Now, I think do you have a burn mechanism in place for Avalon tokens when you like use them for upgrades or purchasing NFTs?
Yeah, everything gets burned, guys.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So awesome. So look, I'm not going to be giving anybody out there listening to this an amazing story how incredible the economy is going to be and how nobody else has, like how we will last for 20 years and all that is going to happen. That's probably the biggest BS you hear from everybody that just tries to get your money and then run.
Pretty much. Yeah, I get that.
Whatever country you live in, whatever you are in the world, it has an economy run by a group of people that are trying to do best they can based on other people's mistakes, right?
Of course.
And that's in the real life. So we're gonna mimic as much of real life as possible to be in this particular game. So a couple of things where we're gonna burn the tokens, and we will publish a little bit of tokenomics before the token is gonna arrive. Right. Okay. Token is far ahead. We're not talking about the token, right? There is going to be a token. There's going to be a blockchain token. It's a Polygon-based token.
Cool.
And there's going to be a way of make it in a game and reinvest it in a game or withdraw.
Yep.
What we going to do is the best we can. We will let you make the token in the game through raids, through quests, through killing wolves. They're just going to be slow, but you will always make token. However, you're going to get damaged. There is no health recovery in this game. You have to eat. And eating will require AVL unless you own a home. That will help a little, right? That's one thing. Druids, however, can heal, but their mana will have issues of restoring with time, so they will get sick. Then they need to have potions that they need to spend AVL on to recover their mana again. We try. That's one way of you taking your AVL in the game, but reinvesting in yourself.
I see.
Now, if you are a business, like let's say you got a mill, everybody's worried about business owners being withdrawing tons of tokens and all that stuff. We'll give you as a business option to withdraw without any limits. That's not a problem.
Yep.
But what's going to happen to your business if you're going to withdraw? It's going to get outdated, and the player's not going to be buying the breads from you because they want to buy the bond or they want to buy the magical bond, and you don't have the level 2. The missions will get harder. The regular food will not let them recover. So with time we will adjust, just like in your store next door, guys. You go in and the only damn thing they have is the old dried out croissants. We're not gonna have. He's gonna upgrade it, right? So upgrades in the game, and we're burning that token. It's gonna make less and less and less of token valuable. Of course, some people are gonna be withdrawing. There is no perfect solution in the world, and you will see these 30-pager white papers of how amazing they come up with. I mean, you name it, guys. You've seen the spreadsheets. You've seen all kinds of stuff there. Come on, just give it a break. Don't even read it. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I agree.
So it's the way to get you confused to prove it is going to work. And you work as it goes. You work and you burn, and you give you options to make it more attractive to you, that you really want to spend the AVL in the game. And that's what you see in the really good games.
100%. No, I mean, it sounds great. In theory, it sounds great. And I love the fact that, like, to me, that sounds like a genuine in-game utility where you're actually going to want to use this Avalon token to upgrade it. And that actually makes perfect sense. As you said, your mill or whatever is going to be outdated in terms of, what you can produce, and players are not going to want your shitty level 1 bread, or they're going to want like the level 10 bread or like the magical bread or whatever you've got going on. And in order for you to supply that magical bread, you're going to have to invest, at least some significant portion of your earnings, just like in real life. And that's what you said in the beginning. You're going to have to reinvest back in your business, just like in real life, to continue to stay up to date and stay relevant. And I guess, like, also as well, there will be maybe a balance, maybe there will be some times, just like in real life, where you can't reinvest the money in the business, and maybe you might need to take just a bit out to do something else, and I think that sounds really cool, because
we're trying to do it as close as possible to real life economies. Where you're going to have different types of investors, but we've noticing the guilds are putting teams together, and guilds just want to operate their village as a group of 30 people. They know each other, they trust each other, they put couple, whatever the number is, some money aside, they build they buy the portal as a guild, they distribute it together. It's different if you are a group of people, but if you are for example, an investor, you will have multiple options. There's guys already I'm talking to just on the side of discussions in the guilds, and they say, you know what, I'm just gonna get a mill, for example, and I'm gonna see how my business goes. If it goes good, everything works, I'm not gonna move anything because I don't care about really the return on this little mill. I care about having a forge, or I care about sending horses. I'm caring about building a larger empire, right?
Sure.
So everybody has different ideas, and some people will be just coming here to withdraw tokens, but we're going to limit it so much. We've given you so many candy to purchase. You're going to stay in the game.
I understand.
And that comes to question that I get a lot, and that will probably help you out with your questions. Marius, what about free to play? Marius, what about scholarships? What about all that stuff?
Yeah, that was definitely one of the big ones that I had coming. So yeah. How's it going to be for people that, you know, especially because you mentioned with the official, I don't know if partnership is the right word, but you are, you know, you've got something official with Xbox, right?
It's not official. It's not official.
Not
I don't
official?
Want to say that.
Okay.
It's not official. It's not official.
Not official. Not official.
We are submitted.
Submitted. All right.
We're ready. On our end, we're ready.
Okay. So pending.
So you see me, I'm using Xbox controller, I'm going to it. You know, these games take long time to build. So that's not going to happen next year, all that stuff. But
but it's in the works. You've done everything on your end to push that forward, basically, which is cool.
We're ready. So console games and browser game will have nothing to do with a blockchain game. It's another version of this game to introduce it to a larger community. But tell them that here in this particular direction, in this browser, there is a version of this game that you can actually own your stuff. So are you want to come? Are you want to play this? Fine. This is how it works. But would you like to be part of this community when you can actually own stuff? Come over here.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So this is the idea behind it. But I'm going to go back to free to play. So basically, anyone with $0 can come and play here.
Cool.
If I do this, your economy is dead. People already did it. People already did it 100 times. You guys seen it many times, right?
Yes.
So there is no free to play in this game. The only free to play will be scholarships, and there is 8 of them per forge, and that's how we solved it. The owner of the forge receives a forge and receives 8 forge workers NFTs. And these workers he can rent to anybody that can come and play for free. However, they're limited to working for the forge. That's all they do. They go around, they gather resources, and then you come home after work, it's midnight, you want to play for half hour, you go into your coffer, into your coffers, and they deposit all your resources. You can use them now and craft different weapons.
That's awesome. So I guess it's like, that's pretty cool, because it's almost like, again, it's kind of like in real life, if someone likes to look at something, they like to look at this game, there is an opportunity, if they're willing to put in the time to maybe start at the bottom, work for someone that for whatever reason has more money, has been able to invest in a forge. They can maybe save up their earnings, I would imagine, from the forge, and potentially look at, you know, expanding their, I guess, wealth in the game. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, you can start from the house and just hunt and do missions, save enough to buy a mill, which I think is the cheapest token generating item currently. Then you can go from the mill with time, buy stables. I think stables are actually more money than the forge. So the forge first, and then stables. It depends how you work, or you can just have one thing running on the background like this and just play your game. I was trying to show you some of the fight animations that we have for the daggers. I really like him.
That's just insane. That's just like that's
so he does double slash and attack from the top, stop, and a push with the shoulder.
That's so good.
So that works pretty nice. Guys, keep in mind this is multiplayer. There is a lot of limitations. You see a lot of games there right now. They show you, we have Unreal 5, we have 4K graphics, we have amazing bosses, we have all this stuff. And every single time you're going to see a guy walking just like me. That's funny, but that's what you're going to see. Guy just like me walking with one character, because building multiplayer is extremely difficult. That's why there's only a couple multiplayers in the world that are really good. So keep that in mind. We build multiplayer, we're just testing it. There's going to be 50 players here. Every player has to see another player, has to connect with the servers. It's a lot of data, it's a lot of animations, a lot of little issues that you don't think about, right? It's harder. It's harder, but these games last 10, 15, 20 years.
Well, that's it. Multiplayer, that's built, it can be built to last. Yeah, no, 100%.
So that's so I'm just trying to tell people to be wary about what you see on the screens and what people claim until you come for our Twitch stream, for example, which we can arrange here with you, and we can do multiplayer with a team, and everybody can come and see how we beat the boss with 6 of us, right? We did it a couple of times already. They're there. And tomorrow or Monday, our first it's not a game trailer, it's an in-game basically gameplay that's going to be released of the multiplayer gameplay, where you can see multiple dragons flying in the sky, burning the houses, people supporting each other. So there's missions here where you guys going to be on the ground, but 2 of your guys have to support you with dragons from the top. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that so I'm pretty crazy when it comes to fantasy. So
this is epic.
So we created already a world for dragon owners. When there is hanging island kingdoms in the sky,
no way.
You guys can fly and fight.
Damn.
We also, the most popular characters that we're selling right now, and I'm shocked, are the most expensive ones, which are the mythicals. The mythicals are selling out; they're very limited. So all the mythical owners, they're receiving because they support us, right?
Sure.
So they're receiving their own mythical world with their own mythical missions. They also, if there is 6 guys mythicals living in a particular village, they received a totem that they can activate and protect or buff the village, because now it's a mythical village because it has 6 powerful owners. Right?
Wow,
so
cool.
There is a lot of things that I give to players within a reason, within a financial reason, within a time reason, but I give it. And when you come to me and you ask why this one is so much compared to this one, we will always explain, because you get the personal touch that you won't get in a large scale games, right?
Of course.
So these are little explanations. I could talk for hours. There's so many things going on.
Honestly, I could also just talk for hours. One question I did have. So, I mean, we spoke a lot about obviously, sort of doing, sorry, sorry, do you call them dungeons, or what do you call them again? The raids, the raids. Now, okay, so another question I had, Marius, was, is there PvP going to be implemented, or will there be at some time in the future? And do you think that there is a chance that any of the, I guess what I'm trying to say is, is it possible for someone just to come in with a lot of money and overpower people with less money? So for example, if I have, say, I don't know, $5,000 and someone else has got $20,000 and we go into a PvP situation, if that were ever to happen in this game, would that be a case of, do you understand where I'm going with this? The $20,000 player just overpowering me as like a $5,000 player. This is like a generalization
no, that's not going to be the case. You will need to have 100,000.
Okay.
Just kidding, guys.
Because this is something that I'm not going to name names, but there are certain games that are being built that maybe are adopting a bit of this model without going into detail.
I don't believe in stuff like that. So
good.
So everybody, wonderful news.
Okay.
We already have PvP. It's ready. It's teleportation gate like this one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which character you're going to come in. If you're going to come with mythical character or literally monkey on a stick, it's going to be still the same character. However, weapons will make a difference because you can carry your inventory in.
Okay.
So you can't use mythical bow if you're not mythical character. So that's one of the things, right?
Okay.
But if you're going to discover NFTs, obviously, right?
Yep.
And we can't tell you to don't use NFT in PvP. It's you earn it. So you can use particular NFTs and you can use the ones that you found in the quests to be stronger in PvP zone. But your character that you paid $5,000 for or $500 or $50 makes no difference. Rich,
sure.
It makes no difference
Okay.
because they're all nerfed on the same level. And
nice.
and our PvP, well, guys, we're gonna test it. It's a special zone that we have. I don't want to show it, but we're gonna test it. And it's based on you teleport there. It's an enclosed area that you need to find the chest, collect the goodies, and run back to another portal that you need to find. Okay. And these places will change. So when you approach PvP zone, you're not always in the same place because people will be standing there trying to kill everybody. Okay. So that's not going to work. It's going to be random spawn and random exit. Okay. So you're coming in, you're sneaking in between trees, you're trying to find your way, you're finding a chest, you're collecting the goodies, you're running to the exit, and they kill you, and all your goodies fell off, and they collect them. That's basically how it's going to work for now. Sure. It's going to be fun. It's going to be difficult. I'm dying constantly. The team keeps on killing me left and right. So that works. We're going to try to block certain spells that don't allow you to be attacked by projectiles. Okay. So I would like to. I'm going to change to main menu, and I'm going to change character because I want to show you. So this one that I was playing is our Grand Inquisitor. This is our NFT character. I want to show you the Druid. That it's not an NFT character yet because we're creating new Druid, but it's already playable in the game. Nice. And these are the chains you can change. We're going to launch different chain. Fantastic. And she is. Wonderful. We love her so much. She's very attractive, and looks strong. I mean, that's all I can say. You know, she's gonna be redesigned. Yeah. We're hoping by the same artist. Okay. And if not, she looks great. We have another artist coming because we want you to fully have the ownership of her. 100%. We're really amazed how beautiful this one is, and she's an inspiration for the one that we're coming. And her sister is coming. She's going to be also very beautiful. There's going to be free Druid sisters. That looks so good. Before we move on with this, can I just quickly just retracting slightly? So with the PvP, so if I heard correctly, the only potential advantages for one person over another is via the weapon NFTs that can be only found, discovered, or won in game. Is that right? Yes. So we're not gonna look. At some point, they're gonna make it to the marketplace. So of course, we didn't decide it yet to nerf completely PvP zone. Sure. Because I don't know if it's gonna be fun really. If you're gonna use just basic weapons. So I get that. Maybe like a matchmaking system or something. Is there some matchmaking? I think not matchmaking, but levels maybe level merging. Yeah, level merging. So kind of. So guys, this game has been in development for a year. Sure. What we achieved here, what we achieved here in a year, that's insane. That's insane. Is more, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm just looking at other projects. No, it's much more, I think, than tons of the stuff that you see there. 100%. There's no doubt. And maybe we are next door to Blizzard because we're in Irvine, and maybe we are next door to Amazon Games, but we're neither of these giant companies. Yes. So give us time. Yes. And when we get to the PvP, we give you a basic PvP, and then we see feedback. We work with the feedback, and we will get to all these things that we think are good with PvP, and we will try to avoid whichever community hates. But we can't make everybody happy, guys. No, of course not. So we will work it out. We think we will have tournaments because we will figure out how is the legal way of you guys betting your NFTs and coming to the NFT tournament when the winner takes it all. So we will work on it, but we're not there yet. Can I just have a PvP zone? No, and I think that's perfectly reasonable. And just to follow on from what you said about 1 year, really, just that's all the time that's been spent on this development. Yes, but it's how many people can I? Yeah, sorry, go on. So it's a collective work, and I'm going to answer the upcoming question that you have. So it's a lot of work, guys, and it has to do with. I don't want to take credits for things. So it's a work of a lot of guys that work together. We're not a huge team, but we've noticed the larger the team gets, the more issues you have. The more miscommunications. It's better if there's games out there, guys. They're made by a single person, and they're good. So we have a small team. But we have additional team of guys that come, and we have a problem that we cannot solve. So let's say you and your best buddy I'm going to bring it to all of the guys that play, and because most of you are car fans.
Yeah.
You and your best buddy are building this great car in your dad's garage.
Yeah.
And you know only so much. So you can do certain things, but then you need a guy that's going to paint it.
Yeah.
So you need to reach out and get the painter to do it.
Rather than try and do a shitty job yourself, just outsource it to someone who you know is better. Like, why not?
Yes. Yes. And then give them the credits. And so that's what we did. We got a group. We got a group of guys in please visit our website, scroll down to avalonthegame.com, and you will see the team on the bottom listed. And I want to talk a little bit about the team, and that will answer the question.
Okay, sure.
So I have a team that I don't discuss who they are and what they do, as I would like to keep them for me. And it's the same with a bunch of other games. People brag that they have this person, this person, this person. If you go to these websites and you find that person, you talk to them, they say, I did a 10-minute job or I did a 2-hour job, but I'm not on a project. So I don't do this. I don't tell you that my guy created this and this and that, and I could brag with it. It's all bullshit. The most important thing is what you see. Sorry for the word, guys. It's most important thing. You can beep it. What's important is what you see on the screen, not the names you're throwing out. So we hiding a lot of developers under Danu Games as our brand, right? Okay. And then we have another company that works with us. It's called VFX Music Studios. It's a Brazilian company that does a special effects lighting system and stuff like this. Awesome. And we have a husband and wife in England that design a lot of our trees, a lot of our details, a lot of our grass and stuff like that.
I love that.
So we have that. These are two people working hand in hand together in a little company. Badass. They do a bunch of different games. We support that for now, right? So, and then so I would say on the numbers, everybody's like, how big is your company? 7 people, I would say, works the whole week long. Out of these people, 3 guys are every day full time. They wake up and they go sleep and they work on this project. 7 is part time, and about 10 on the top of it comes and solves the problems that we are unable to solve. So that's how I decided to do it for now. So total group is 17, not counting advisors. And I'm going to go to the team. So we have Leonardo Furore, that is very well-known composer, probably one of the most talented people currently on earth, that's coming to the new generation of younger music composers. He has the best teachers that recorded Game of Thrones and all that stuff, guys. He's incredible. And when you hear our music, when you see our previews, you're going to be blown away with music. I guarantee you that all of you guys that have a CD, some of you still have CDs because you like the quality, but all of you guys that listen to Lord of the Rings in your car or before you go sleep, you will listen to our music before you go sleep. We have incredible music coming, and I can't stop bragging about it. It's incredible. Wow. So Leonardo Furore created music for Final Fantasy 15, and he also created music for the well-known movie Blade Runner 2049 with Marius.
One of my favorite movies. That's literally one of the best soundtracks ever.
So that's mostly him. I mean, it's cool. I mean, guys, he's incredible. There's like me and my wife, every time we hear the new songs, and I'm saying, and I gotta throw it in. This may be long AMA. You can cut it out. Just hear it.
No, it's all value.
Every time I ask him and I say, hey, I have this dragon cave where you need to bring your dragon, where it's very ill and injured in the battle, and you have to drink it, and you really care about this dragon, guys. Because you spend 50 or 60 hours gaming to get the dragon. So you bring it to the cave, and it's like this favorite thing that you have in game. So I want this cave to have a good, positive, but mysterious energy when the dragon's going to lay down and the crystal's going to start healing him, and you have this connection. When he sent me a truck, I was like, wow, like the tear went down. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to feel. And it's every truck is like this. So we do talk what we do. So I just don't do whatever you want. We talk, we find the narrow path, and you get incredible music. So be ready for that, guys. Then we have Justin Sloan. Justin Sloan is a freelance writer that has a really incredible books and good stories. And he was the chosen writer for Game of Thrones, the game. So when the very game came out based on the Game of Thrones, he wrote their stories. So he's really good on the fantasy side. So he helps us in this one. Then everybody's always asking, well, but how about the game design? How about the game design? So one of our good game designers that you see the layouts, the mills, the buildings, the mountains, and how this all looks from the sky is Ivan Volchenko from Saber Interactive Studios. They're really giant studios. We don't work with them, but we work with him.
Okay.
He was one of the lead designers on all the Witchers and also in Halo. So
wow.
every time you play, if you play The Witcher and you like it, you will see a lot of similarity here when it comes to design because he designed it. It's very simple. Gotcha. So and then I haven't spoke. This game is a really large project. There's a lot of angles to it.
There is.
And one of the most important angles I want to bring up to everybody that's watching it, we have gamers. I'm noticing who plays this game so far, who wants to play it. It's guys in the age of 30 to 60.
Yeah.
So we have guys at 60 years old that really want to play it and they play a bunch of cool games. Nice. And the guys at 30, they spent 20 years playing World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
So there is different guys coming in. So we have something for people that are like solving puzzles, like finding mysteries, like teaming up with their friends and trying to find the right book and trying to find the quote because you're going to need to enter it to open certain doors. So we prepare all that for them. So that's what games don't have. None of the games that I've seen. And even Assassin's Creed was very close to it, but they didn't went that far because maybe they decided that players would not like it. And I say players will like it if you pay them to solve the clue. So we decided to reward the team of smart people that's going to take a Templar Grandmaster. It's going to go deep into the crypt and it's going to try to find the rooms for certain scrolls by solving the puzzles based on books. And some of the rewards are very large for solving the Templar line of the game. So to don't confuse guys, we have two storylines in the game. One is a storyline based on fantasy. So King Arthur, dragons, all that stuff, druids. And the second storyline, it's the Templar storyline, which is more of a historical, but based on Freddy Silva, which if you Google Freddy Silva, #1 in the world, #1 expert of Templars. There's no smarter person in the world. He has his own movies and shows in History Channel, Discovery Channel, Gaia TV. You can find them all over the place. We recommend studying what the guy does because a lot of the stuff is coming to the book and it's coming to another game that I will introduce in next year. And then moving away from the historical storyline, blockchain, everybody's always blockchain, who supports you? How do you guys making up with the blockchain? Because obviously we need to make sure that you guys know what the hell you're doing because it all sounds good. We decided to partner up with co-founder and one of the smartest people I know when it comes in that is BountyBlock.io. You can check that company is listed on the bottom of our website. BountyBlock co-founder Dimitri Nikolaros is our advisor, and also BountyBlock connects us to majority of the blockchains and supports all the distributions of the NFTs and the rates and all that stuff. So we have a really good company that helps us, but that's not it, guys. So we went and spoke to Polygon. We showed them the game. We showed them what we're building and where we are going with that. And both Polygon DAO and Polygon Studios agreed that the project is extremely promising, and they will support us with their grant system. Therefore, we received grants that I cannot talk about, but we received them from Polygon DAO.
Nice.
They help us and they pushing our production forward.
Great.
Also, I can speak about that one because it's official.
Nice.
We partner up with Anchor, that's also in Irvine. For these of you that don't know of Anchor, I recommend Googling them up because if you don't know Anchor, you don't know who really creates all these blockchains. Anchor was the company that, for example, created Binance Chain. Yeah. For all of you guys that don't know that, and therefore, we're partnering up with them. They're overlooking our Binance connection, so they help us connect to Binance, help us, audit the contract, and make sure we're good. These strategic partnerships will help us in the future you can imagine where we're going to go, right? I'm not going to say where we're going to go, but you can imagine. We're setting them up to work with best friends, to guys that work for the last 10 years with each other, to be with Polygon, to be with maybe with Binance in the future themselves. So these are the directions I'm trying to get on the blockchain side. But ultimately, we're trying to keep it very cheap for you on transactions. I know how painful Ethereum is. Therefore, we went for Matic and we went for Wax for now.
Yeah.
And Binance to keep your transactions very low, which I think is the most underrated chain in the whole wild world.
Which chain?
Wax.
Oh, Wax.
Wax
sure.
is the best chain. Wax is literally the best chain.
Yeah.
Just has very unfortunate projects on them.
They're garbage.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with a chain. It's how easy it is to build the game.
Yeah.
And then you have two 18-year-old kids building the games.
I know.
So keep in mind, Wax, lightning speed transactions with 0 fees.
Yeah.
Very easy marketplace.
Yeah.
Very easy to list. Very easy to transfer into the game. Don't overlook Wax chain. I'm not pushing any chains here.
No, that's true though. I've experienced that.
Funny thing, guys, Wax does not give us any support for this game, which is exactly shows you why they have the games they have. They don't. Who supports us is Atomic Hub, which is the largest marketplace.
That's the Wax marketplace. Yeah.
Yes, Yona and his friends are extremely welcoming to new projects. They gave us 6 months of hardcore time before they listed us at whitelisted. They verified the team. They look at the game. They really check the assets. They looked at everything before they give us a check mark.
That's good to hear.
That was very long process. We needed to talk like us, spend hours on the phone, make friends, see what we're doing. They needed to check if what I do, and I was 100 times explaining, guys, I'm in a good place. I'm not building this game to take anybody money. I'm trying to build a metaverse, let's call it like this, that's going to last for 17, 20 years. And we're building it all together. And therefore, we didn't bring venture capital yet. So it's you and us and spreading the word to get everybody in and try to create something. And I spoke to Amazon AWS about it. I gave them the vision, and they really liked it. Yeah. And they support our data. And that's what usually kills companies. They're all fancy. We're all good. We're all charity. We don't need anybody. And then the bills are coming for servers. So we have a grant currently by Amazon AWS that's supporting us. We're good on servers. So don't worry. We're not going to go down because we need 200 servers and we can't pay for them. We're fine for now. So so we're trying to look at different angles. We bring in constantly new smart guys to the team. This is a very interesting chapter that I want to tell you guys what the game works on, how strong my computer should be.
Yep.
Well, a couple answers to that. First of all, if you are in blockchain gaming and investing in blockchain NFTs and the games, please don't have a $500 computer. It's just not where you should be. Please spend $1,500, $2,000, because it's important that not only NFTs but computer is strong. So guys, please don't do that, because there's a lot of people with old machines. So we require you to run i7 with GeForce GTX. So at least have that. However, here is the good news. For all of you guys that don't have it, we gave you a scale on your video card that's already in the game.
Oh, great.
So you're going to be able to lower it to a little crappy version. It's not really bad if you look at it. It's grainy.
It's okay.
But this will let you run without problems on older i5s with older cards, right?
That's good to know.
So it's still fine. You can still play, guys. Like, don't be worried if you want to come in with $500 computer and a $100 character. You can still play. It's just not going to be all that amazing, but you can go further with it. It probably will run in older generation of i5s.
That's very good. Yeah.
So and here is the real good news for everybody. We partner up with a really large Japanese company that really likes my game. And they really like the story, and we're talking sometimes evenings with, and it's so funny, guys, because there's 5 people that doesn't speak any English, and there's like 2 translators, and there's me, and I'm speaking in Japanese, but we sit on Zoom and we talk live and we talk the ideas. And this is one of the largest distributors in the world that distributes the biggest titles that you see on PS5 and PS4 into web streaming, web-based, browser-based gaming that streams into your computers, right? That's all they do. And they do that for mobile devices. And that opens anybody and everybody for this game in the future.
That's incredible.
Couple years. So you're going to see this. you support it on the blockchain side. The community here supports it. Help us spread the word. We will gradually move it into the browser, and I think it's going to be already early next year. You're going to have a browser version. And now, don't mistake browser version by limited browser version of Unity, like you see games. No, it's going to be the same Unreal 5 or Unreal 4 version, but streamed from server. So keep in mind, there's also stream gaming. So yes, you will need a good internet, but you don't need a good computer anymore. You can play this in the future on your big screen while laying in bed and playing with your controller. So, so that's coming to you because we want to give it to a bunch of players. So,
nice.
And the guys like it. I tell you, there is a lot of, I call it older gentlemen kids around. So, you know, guys, what I mean? Like they already have kids. The kids already almost have kids, but they all have the big companies. Yeah. And they never had time for creating a world, and they want to dedicate a couple of hours here or help, or they have a big company and they want to spread the knowledge. So this game is generally created by the generation between 40 and 50 for the guys in mid-20s all the way to 60. So you will see a lot of experience, and you will see a lot of passion, and you will see a lot of ideas. And if you come to our Discord, it's a different Discord that I've seen because everybody supports everybody. There is, and you can stand by that. If you ask the question, there's 15 guys not related to the team that will guide you and help you and tell you to come to them and all that stuff. It's completely different than most of the guilds that say, "Oh, you're not with us. Oh, we don't have. We're full, or we don't want to talk to this. We're busy. You have 2 weak character." We don't have it. Very friendly community. Obviously, a couple guilds already created their separate chats. You can join it, and everybody's going to answer your questions. And we're open for any AMA every month with additional list of questions from your guys. And I wanted to show you because I came here with the Druid and I started talking. I'm a horrible talker, so I talk too much. But I wanted to show you some of the spells that we have. So this is our protection. This is our protection bubble spell. Wow! Which will heal your team and protect from incoming projectiles, including dragons from the sky. Right. Cool. So so that's one of the spells that she has currently. For the Druid. A second is internal healing. This one heals you, and it heals the teammates that are next to you in proximity. So so that's one of them. Then one of our, we also have weapons that are NFTs and special items. So this is our currently most popular item that sells like hotcakes. And multiple reasons behind the Druid Lantern. Maybe it's an unfortunate name to call it a lantern, but I decided to call it like that. That's okay. So Druid Lantern and purpose of Druid Lantern. There's going to be a caves where Fire Dragon and Ice Dragon are going to lay their eggs. In order to have a dragon in this game, you're going to need to have an egg and hatch it. Wow. So to find eggs, you need to go to deep caves. Now, who lives in a deep, dark caves? In this game, they're vampires. And they're very, very, very nasty. Like there's no fighting vampires. They're gonna own your ass right away. So she protects you and your team within the size of the bubble. Like you can see, there's a size. You with her walk into the caves, stay very close, walk narrow paths, and find the egg. And the functionality of the lantern will be described in a separate article. But the main functionality is that the lantern will help you find the egg, secure it with the team, take it out of the caverns, and cast a spell on it. And therefore, it lets you be a speculator in the egg marketplace that I'm sure is going to be quite large. So this item became very, very popular, specifically by guys that want to own druids in the future and want to help Grand Templar Masters or Merlin or Inquisitor to get their dragon. So it's basically a fun item, Protector. It also has this protection spell here that helps you protect from anything that comes across. And also you can fight and destroy some little traps that are in the front of you. Very cool thing to do, very cool thing to have, guys. And now, why do I need to spend money and all that stuff? Because there's a lot of questions about this one. And I always answer them and people understand it right away. First of all, you will be able to find dragon eggs. Dragon eggs will be NFTs, right? They will go in the marketplace. right? That's one powerful thing. Nobody else aside of you will be able to find it. Now, for certain dragon eggs, like legendary and mythicals, you're gonna need a large team. So your druid can't survive. There's gonna be things that your mythical friends gonna join with you. You're gonna need probably another healer to help you. You're gonna need one of the elves to have some protections with the bows for you. You're gonna walk with the team, and then someone in this team is gonna say, "I really need that egg, so I want to hire you, right? And here is the amount of AVL I offer. Let's go. Let's do the adventure." And now this, you're gonna have a ready buyer. You don't need to list it and hope somebody's gonna buy it. The mythical inquisitor is gonna come to you and say, "Hey, Marius with Druid, I need this mission. I want to go there, and I want to get my egg, and I will help you. And I have 4 guys from my guild. They have nothing to do. Let's go. And then I will give you this amount of AVL for this particular egg." Or the druid is going to be more of a friend with mythical inquisitor. Druid is going to say, "Hey guys, I need a couple mythicals. We need to get an egg. We're going to list it in the marketplace because this dragon cannot die. Mythical dragon is the only dragon in the game that cannot die. The egg is going to be worth a couple tokens. I think that. I'm assuming. Speculation, not a financial advisor. Speculation. So, so the mythical items, as well as mythical mounts, won't die. They may get damaged. You may need to heal them, but they won't die and they won't vanish. So keep that, guys, in mind. Every other dragon that you will have, or even your legendary horse, please don't drive to the forest full of orc on your horse. Just like in Lord of the Rings, the orcs will go after your horse. So be careful, right? Be careful what you do with your animals. Like care for them. You will get damaged, you may lose it, and then you need to spend money. So mythicals, I decided that they're going to be tough to find them, tough to acquire them, but they will not die, which I think is great for the owners. Okay, that's it. I gave a lot of knowledge because there's a lot of depth to this game, but you can do 2 episodes of that one.
I mean, no, like it's so good. I mean, so like, with those mythical eggs when you're going in, so I guess like I guess depending on who wants to get the mythical egg, that'll, they can reach out to the different characters, hire them, with Avalon to go in. I guess if someone's got this druid who obviously her role, you need her spell to go in there and her lantern. So I guess like, I assume people may want to, like if you spend money, buy her as an NFT with the lantern, for example, I guess theoretically, there's going to be a lot of people that might want to pay a significant price to go in and use her services to get their egg, right?
Yes, and then she cannot do it. So I'm a really big guy on team building. But I'm not gonna cut you out if you just like to be by yourself and chill out.
Solo,
So you have both options. But team building, you're trying to get some cool NFTs. Well, team building, guys. This game is about team building. End of the story. And there is a lot of the gamers here that like to come out at the night, meet with friends, log into their Discord, and just go with you 4 of you and try to maybe gain an NFT. But in general, what you're looking for, you already have your jobs, you already have your businesses. This is your entertainment. When you versus go into the bar, you throw a couple money on the drinks there, that only creates cancer, right? Here, you have the fun. So it's going to be you with Druid, me with an elven archer, and 2 guys with mythical characters, and we have the evening and we go into different caves and we see what's there. I don't guarantee that you're going to go through the whole cave, and at the end of the cave there is going to be a dragon egg laying.
No, has to be special.
Not every time. You're going to find a chest. You're always going to get some reward for your spent time, but not always going to be we're going to go there, we're going to get the egg. No, it has to be this feeling. When you guys get there and it's there, you actually jumping, having drinks, and you're all happy. It's done. We actually made it, and now we decide what we do with it.
Wow.
Like, we're gonna sell it, share the profit, or we're just gonna keep it for the guild, or one of us wants the dragon.
Because
either or.
Because I guess that would lead me to my other question. It's like, say for example, like you're coming in just as one person and you just meet some people. You don't really know them, but you just meet them online and you want to go and attempt to get this egg. Like, is there a way, like, because obviously if there's like 6 of you going in and you've agreed that this person gets the egg and that person who gets the egg is hiring the other people, like, is there a way to like safeguard that person to make sure they do get the egg and, you know, like the transaction, like, does the person that wants to get the egg, like, do they like start the quest, and which means the egg goes into their inventory, and do you know what I mean? Like that part of it, just so you don't get like ripped off, or promises don't get broken, or.
Hey, you can always report players. That's a good thing. That's one thing, right? So we're going to make sure we're going to take care of these players if they're not there. It's very easy in blockchain to see if they transfer. They can't say, hey, I transferred the item. Well, where's transaction, right? So it's not that situation anymore. They didn't transfer. You guys have a recording of the. I'm just giving you black case scenarios, right? Because a lot of people is going to be asking the same question. First of all, record your gameplay. Majority of your guys records the gameplay, see what's happening, ask for permissions if it's new people. However, we are in the blockchain. If you want to buy it, the person is also protected as a seller. They will just list it on the marketplace, locked to your wallet. That's it. That's pretty simple. I think your question was don't pay them up front. Make sure they finish, and they have nothing to lose, because me as a druid, I get you to help me in the quest, right? And then if you don't buy it, somebody else will. So that's very simple. I don't think you have a lot of risk here.
I guess no, that makes sense, and I'm sure I guess if you're playing with friends and stuff, it should be all good. I'm just thinking more of like, you know, if like you're all going to the cave and then this egg drops, like does one person like the random person that you said you were going to pay, do they just run in and pick up the egg, and then it's like, well, they might just run off?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't. Druid it's the only character that can pick up eggs.
I see. Gotcha.
That's it.
Even if other players are in her bubble, it's still she.
No, she's the only one.
She can literally only pick up the egg, which gives.
She has the unlock spell for dragon eggs. The reason behind it is I'm keeping dragons being friends with druids.
Gotcha.
Right? So they know the mythical character, the mythical creature as dragon, because the druids in this game, and I don't want to show it in this stream, but this is not the only level that we have, guys. We have another level that is out there in Twitch. It's a giant level that belongs to druids.
Gotcha.
Druids are from different dimensions. They have their own world. They know everything about dragons. And they communicate with them. So it's not like every character just can go and do whatever they want.
Was that an orc back there? Was that an orc?
Yes, that was a mount. I can land it. Well, I'm gonna land it.
So, all right, another question then. So, how much is a druid and the lantern? That's what I want to know.
The druids are not for sale currently.
Okay.
There is a chest that includes. There's a chest that you're gonna burn, and you will probably give you a druid, or will give you I think Viking. It's a rare druid chest, and that chest is on wax currently. It's coming to Opensea, but the chance for druid is 70%, so it's very high.
Okay.
I'm still shocked that people don't flushing these chests, but they're gonna go away really soon.
So how much is that chest?
Then currently they're like $150.
$150.
Yes, they're not expensive at all.
And that's available. Sorry, so that's available on Wax and OpenSea now on Atomic Hub.
Currently on Atomic Hub only.
Atomic Hub
particular chest.
Okay.
But going to the lantern. Lantern is we priced it at I think 600 Matic.
Yep.
We're gonna adjust it a little bit because Matic took off, and congratulations for everybody that has Matic.
Yeah, I got it. Happy. I'm holding. It's a big holding for me.
Yeah, so it's gonna go more. It has a place to go.
I think so.
Be cautious too, because guys, we're still in a bad marketplace.
Of course.
So I'm not financial advice, but be cautious. But I'm also holding some Matic.
Same.
Not forever, but I am.
Of course.
So Matic 600. That's the cost. About 600 USDC. We're trying to keep it at the price for Lantern. We think it's fair for what you get and what the opportunities that you get with it.
Sure.
And it's not a cheap item. I agree with it, but it's very little of it. It's limited item, and it's going to stay with us for the next 10 years or more, right? We're not going anywhere.
And how many lanterns are there?
Currently, I believe it's 20 per chain.
20 per chain. So not many at all. That's
60 total.
Okay, and sorry, and so you need the druid and the lantern to be able to go in and get those eggs from the vampire cave. Basically,
that's correct.
Gotcha.
That's what it is. So this is one of our mounts. None of these mounts are NFTs. These are just characters available in the game for you that you can write.
That's just brilliant. Riding the orc. What the hell? That's awesome.
And she sits in the basket too, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
So these
cool. You can actually change to the basket. What?
So she's there. She's in the basket.
That's nuts.
So
Wow.
this is a miniature. This is a miniature of one of our giant bosses. So the player that will receive this as a reward, it's going to be also a random reward, will be the player that finished the raid as number 1. Okay. So if you finish as the badass number 1, then you can show off to everybody and just ride this guy around, right? Versus Walker. He's pretty fast, as you can see. So so we walking on the system right now because a lot of my friends, they want to have these 2 boxed in the ring. Yep. So we're working right now on orc fights in the ring. Cool. Another thing that I'm bringing, and it's a bunch of it already, is this, which is dancing.
Nice.
So every single of the characters is going to have their dance moves.
Okay.
And you can. So I'm bringing something, and I want to talk about it, and you can move it to even a next little video that you're going to make later. Yeah. Hero, the first ever official announcement. This is big.
Yeah.
This is big, very big.
Fantastic.
I'm all about fun. If you're thinking about this game more of like, I need to spend X amount of money because I'm going to make X amount of money, it's still game for you, but it's not where I'm going here. I'm going here for people to recording, laughing, seeing stuff that they haven't seen, bringing ideas and all stuff like that. So a couple ideas that we have and we brought into the game are music band of certain creatures appearing in the random spots of the map from time to time, where you need to then report to players and run there and dance for a certain time and chat. That will buff your characters. And it's going to be limited but very strong buff. Also limited appearance of the band that will disappear sooner or later.
Wow.
So very cool little places in the kingdom that somebody's going to be flying an eagle and they say, oh, there's 6 people dancing. What's happening? So they're going to come and dance and they're going to report it and everybody will come. So I'm trying to do spots like that people can meet but get above. One thing. Second thing, almost in every game that you play, the very little and helpless animals are just dying left and right. Yeah. Example, bunnies.
Yeah.
Well, not in this game.
Okay.
Be wary of bunnies, guys.
Yeah.
Be wary of bunnies. I can tell you that much. Every time you expect that you killed something and you won and you're all good, things can happen after that. So a lot of surprises coming and a lot of fun thing that you're going to record. I cannot believe I just got slaughtered by bunny.
Okay.
So there is a lot of things like that. There's witches that are going to appear in the forest.
Cool. And, love that.
I'm a big fan also of Mortal Kombat, guys.
Yeah, nice.
And one of the best games that ever happened, and it was so incredible back in the day. Not now, it's up. Back in the day when we all were a little younger. So I was a very big fan of SubZero.
Yeah, love SubZero.
So love SubZero, guys. There's a lot of good characters, but how deep and dark SubZero is. Yeah, that's one of these things. And we bring in SubZero here, not the character, but specifics of how cool that was. Cool. So you will see which character that's going to be. But one of the things that the Ice Dragon is going to do, it's going to frost you to little pile of frost.
Okay.
And the owner can then tear you apart in little pieces. So we bring in all that. We're working on the frost spells. We're working on the frost animations. We're putting a lot of work to the Frost Dragon because it's the only dragon that Templar Grandmaster can ride.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to tell you the whole story because I don't want to give up too much. I'm just a big talker, but just what you have coming, guys. It's incredibly cold mountains.
Cool.
Very, very cold mountains. Like, forget awesome. Druids.
Yeah.
Forget druids. The druid will die very quickly.
Okay.
And with that, we bring in you characters that can survive in the cold mountains.
Yep.
And we bring in you materials that you can gather and sell for people to create clothing to survive.
Fantastic. So a druid could go, they just need the right clothing.
She can also find a spell, but it's going to be a certain way where you can get in the cold mountains. But where the dragon lives, no one will be able to go aside of Templar Grandmasters.
Okay.
Nobody else. There are the winter characters.
Gotcha.
So there is a lot of cool stuff.